53 times. That's how often our HOA president blocked my driveway before she crossed a line, so Vala changed everything. The morning she stopped an ambulance from reaching my dying mother, I knew this woman had to be stopped. What I uncovered next flipped my world upside down. The person who'd been terrorizing our entire neighborhood with her obsession over rules was breaking the biggest one of all. And she was about to make one final mistake that would cost her everything she'd clawed her way to build. The irony? Her fixation on controlling everyone else's parking handed me the weapon to bring her down. My name's Ethan Carter, 43, a landscaper who's been running my own business for 18 years. When I inherited my Aunt Clara's house in Willow Creek Meadows, a quiet suburb outside Portland, Oregon, in the fall of 2023, I thought it was the break my family needed. A fresh start after years of renting in the city. My wife, Lily, a high school science teacher 7 months pregnant with our first kid, and my mom, Diane, a 68-year-old retired nurse with a bad hip from a car accident 4 years prior, were thrilled. But life has a cruel sense of humor, and instead of a new beginning, we got a front-row seat to a power-crazed HOA president unraveling. It started when I built a temporary wheelchair ramp for Mom. Watching her struggle with the front steps to get to her physical therapy appointments broke my heart. I'm no stranger to tough clients in landscaping, but I wasn't prepared for pure malice in a tailored blazer. The ramp was simple pressure-treated wood, proper slope, all up to code. I figured I'd sort out the HOA paperwork later. Mom needed to get out of the house safely first. Big mistake. In Cynthia Powell's world, helping your disabled mom was a crime against community aesthetics. Cynthia showed up the next day, clipboard in hand, treating my yard like a crime scene. "This structure is unacceptable," she declared, sneering at the ramp like I'd built a junkyard. "You need board approval, and this eyesore doesn't meet our standards." Her tone dripped with contempt, as if my mom's mobility was a personal insult. I tried explaining Diane's needs, the urgency, but Cynthia's eyes were cold, calculating. This wasn't about rules. It was about power. She thrived on making people squirm. During her tirade, she let slip something telling to a nosy neighbor, Paul, who'd wandered over. "I lost my home at 14 when my parents couldn't pay the mortgage," she said, voice sharp. "I vowed never to be powerless again. Control is everything." And there it was, the key to her madness. Cynthia wasn't just a control freak. She was haunted by a scared teenager who'd sworn to dominate everyone to feel safe. The next week, Mom tried navigating the steps alone while I was at a job site. Lily found her sprawled at the bottom, shaken but thankfully not broken. "I just wanted to get the mail without bothering you," Mom whispered, her words gutting me. A retired nurse who'd saved countless lives, feeling like a burden. That night, I rebuilt the ramp sturdier, better, with handrails that could hold a tank. I was done asking permission to care for my family. Cynthia retaliated with a $600 fine taped to my door, the ink still fresh, demanding the ramp's removal in 48 hours. This wasn't a misunderstanding, it was war. So, I fought back her way using her precious rules. I combed through every HOA bylaw, walked the neighborhood with a tape measure, and found Cynthia's property was a violation goldmine. An overgrown hedge, fire hazard, $150 fine, an unpermitted pergola, $250 fine, a mailbox 3 inches too short, $75 fine. I dropped $475 in violation notices at her door, grinning as I pictured her face. For a moment, I thought I'd won. I was wrong. Cynthia called an emergency HOA meeting and pulled a masterclass in manipulation. With a politician's charm, she passed a new rule exempting all pre-2021 structures, wiping out her violations while condemning my ramp as a safety hazard. My victory was crushed in 20 minutes. But then, our neighbor Ruth, a 72-year-old retired librarian and Clara's old friend, pulled me aside. "Ethan, she's not after your ramp. She wants your house. That corner lot's worth $450,000, but she's planning to buy it for $200,000 after she breaks you. She's done this to 10 families in 3 years." It clicked. This wasn't about aesthetics. It was a hustle. Cynthia was weaponizing harassment to force cheap sales. Then she escalated. Her silver Lexus started blocking our driveway 53 times in 2 months. Not just inconveniently, but surgically, angled to trap my work truck, timed to disrupt my jobs, Lily's teaching schedule, and Mom's medical appointments. I lost a $7,500 landscaping contract. Mom missed a critical therapy session, risking her mobility. Lily's blood pressure spiked, endangering her pregnancy. Cynthia was playing chess with our lives. I dug deeper, talking to neighbors. Ruth showed me photos of moving trucks from families driven out. The Lopezes, gone after relentless fines. The Thompsons, whose daughter developed anxiety. An elderly couple who downsized to a cramped apartment. All sold to mysterious buyers later traced to Cynthia's shell companies. She'd made $1.8 million in equity theft. This wasn't a busybody. This was a predator. I documented every stamps, photos, neighbor accounts. I noticed Cynthia always moved her car before police arrived. A kid mentioned her phone buzzing with police chat scanner app. So, I set a trap, calling in a fake disturbance at my address, filming her scrambling to move her Lexus. The officer, seeing the footage, said, "We'll watch this address closely. This is systematic." Lily, from her hospital bed after stress-induced complications, outsmarted Cynthia's ally, Margaret, feeding her fake schedules. Cynthia's cronies started blocking our empty driveway or each other, turning her scheme into a farce. But Cynthia fought dirtier, filing a false elder neglect report with CPS, claiming Mom was unsafe. The caseworker saw through it, but the message was clear: she'd target our family's core. Then, 3 weeks into this nightmare, Mom collapsed from chest pain, a heart attack. I called 911, expecting an ambulance in 10 minutes. Instead, Cynthia's Lexus and 2 other cars formed a barricade. Paramedics had to run 200 yards with a stretcher. 5th time this year, one EMT muttered, furious. Cynthia watched from her window, sipping tea, smug as ever. It took 25 minutes to get Mom to the ambulance, 25 minutes that nearly cost her life. In the hospital, Lily holding my hand as I broke down, Mom whispered, "You didn't make this monster, Ethan. But you can stop her." Ruth dropped a bombshell in the hospital cafeteria. Cynthia targeted families with medical crises to create emergencies, forcing sales under duress. She'd caused one death, already a grandfather's heart attack, during a blocked ambulance call. Rage turned to resolve. I rallied 8 victim families, who shared damning evidence. Lily, bedridden, built a class-action lawsuit worth $3.2 million. The game-changer came from my veteran buddy, Luis, a surveyor. He checked Cynthia's property and found her driveway sat 9 feet on city land, falsified by her cousin's 2007 survey. For 16 years, she'd parked illegally while fining others, racking up $4.5 million in potential fines. Every violation she'd issued was void. She had no authority. Cynthia sensed the noose tightening. She vandalized my truck, $3,000 damage, filed a fake restraining order, and spread lies about my anger issues. Neighbors avoided us. Then, at 1 a.m., her husband, Greg, showed up, trembling, with a flash drive, $250,000 stolen from HOA funds, emails plotting to frame him, and a recording of Cynthia planning to flee to Arizona after pinning her crimes on him. "I'm just another obstacle to her," he said, broken. The Willow Creek Gala in November 2023 was our battlefield. Cynthia parked her Lexus across a fire lane and handicap spot, flaunting her presidential privilege. With 250 residents, victims, and news crews present, I presented our case. Greg's financial records, 10 families' testimonies, Luis's survey, and Cynthia's chilling voice vowing to destroy anyone in her way. The room gasped. Cynthia screamed, lunged at me, spewed racist venom, and fled only to find her Lexus towed by Luis's cousin, Diego. She chased it, fell into a fountain, and was arrested for assault, her meltdown viral on 40 phones. Greg served divorce papers on the spot. Cynthia's house went into foreclosure, her accounts frozen. Her Lexus sat in impound. I bought it for $6,000 and donated it to a veterans transport service. Cynthia got 4 years for embezzlement, a $1.5 million restitution order, and lost her real estate license. She now works retail, riding the bus. Ruth became HOA president, creating a transparent system and a Clara Carter Memorial Park on Cynthia's old lot. Lily delivered our son, Noah, healthy. Mom stronger. My business thrives. Sometimes, Justice isn't revenge, it's watching a tyrant's own weapons turn against them. What do you think Cynthia's real endgame was? Was she pure evil or a broken soul chasing control? Could you forgive someone who targeted your family like this? Drop your thoughts below, hit like, and subscribe for more stories where karma hits hard. Where are you reading from? Let's hear your take.